Good evening, folks. Here we are again. Oh, all careful, not too fast, don't want that water to come flying off, do we? God, and that moon dragging that water around. I mean, come on. All right, I'm going to look at the flat earth from a logic and common sense stance, right? From the position of logic and common sense. A few comments on my water issue. So I've had the new leads come, got a leak, invisible leak, checked on the water meter with all the taps off, and it's leaking, and back to the real estate to the landlord, and the landlord basically has gone back and forth a couple of times, and it's inconvenient, probably a bit too expensive to sort the leak out because of where it could be. So it's more convenient that I sign I will be 100% liable for all of the water usage for the next year. You know, there's some logic there somewhere, okay? But another door has opened up for me. Somebody has seen this post, my last one, saying about this crazy, I accept all the water, has a boat for sale with a hole in it. So water is slowly seeping into the boat. Am I interested? Do I want to buy it? So I'm going to go and have a look tomorrow. Because what a year. That would be sign the lease, accept the water leak, and buy a boat with a small hole in, slowly sinking. So it could be quite a year coming up for me. Now, if anybody's got any cars for sale, like it sounds like the engine is really good, dong, 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 throw me a message and I'll come and see if it's slowly on its way out. I might jump on it as well if the price is right. Anything like that, anything that's on its way out, if you just send me a message and we'll check it out. It might, you know, turn out to be a new thing. Buying things where you can physically see the use by date approaching. Jump on it, get it at a good price, isn't it? Now, this flat earth, using logic and common sense to work it out, that would be jumping in too deep, right? We have the light. Can we see those? I'll put that thing in. Right. So we have the light, okay? That if we trust our own judgment, right? I know it's locking horns with the science, but you do have to appreciate the magnitude of the sun being positioned directly behind the moon. It's quite big, it's quite a big thing. You know, could they be telling us porcupines, the people that have been to the moon 6 times between 1969 and 1972? Is there a chance that maybe the sun is directly behind the moon and it is absolute light, and Roma didn't, and Fitzo didn't, and Newton porcupines? Yes. But instead of jumping into the flat earth, is it flat, is it round, using common sense and logic? Tonight, we'll do it tomorrow, tonight, just another little thing about the sun. It's been a while since I brought this up, and it is another one of my observations that I haven't spoken about for quite some time. The 8 minutes and 20 seconds that they say it's taking for photons to arrive at Earth, 150 million kilometers, at 299,792 kilometers per second, it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds for a packet of invisible, massless photons, invisible massless packets of invisible, massless photons. That is some massless, invisible stuff going on right there. Makes you wonder. Red flag? I always thought that was a red flag. Invisible, massless, packets of them, of other invisible mass. I mean, let's put half a dozen red flags up on that one. In that craziness, according to them, the sun has a diameter of 1,390,000 kilometers. Their numbers, the speed of light, as we know, is 299,792 kilometers per second. So if we divide the sun's diameter, or by the speed of light, we get the number 4.6. Now that means that the sun takes 4.6 seconds for the light to radiate from here to one of its diameters. 4.6 seconds. See, I always thought anybody who believes that, I mean, come on, anybody who thinks a star takes that long to radiate its light, just one diameter, I think, what's that word? I don't want to offend anybody. Now, there are 108 sun diameters in between the sun and Earth. 108. It's taking 4.6 seconds for the light to travel one diameter. 2 diameters. 3 diameters. 4.6 seconds per diameter times 108 is 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Listen, when this is me, hand up, same as the waves, the tide observation with the water coming to a standstill for up to 1 hour while this is happening, right? You must have seen the animation that they show of the moon going around the planet as we spin, and they show this animation of the water. It's going. This is what happens when the moon is in the orbits and the tides, and then it doesn't once in the animation show a and the water freezes at the top as the moon. You'd think it would be more accurate if they showed that, and then at the low tide it stops, and then stops at the top and goes back the same way that it came in. See, they don't show that in the animation. In the animation, it's like this. Moon going around, it's pure chaos. Very different. Muchos diferentes. No es igual. No. So, just that. And then tomorrow, with these facts, this ridiculous, anybody who believes that it takes a star to bring that light bulb down 4.6 seconds, if it were, look, it's stupid. It's a lack of common sense thing. Same as believing the sun is not directly behind the moon during a solar eclipse. Tomorrow we're going to do the logic and common sense thing and look at, is it flat or is it round? So just before we knock off, one last time and one last thing before we go. Gravity. They say that the moon is creating the tides as it orbits us along the equator. But the tides come up, stop for an hour, up to an hour, anywhere between 5 minutes and an hour. Literally, it comes up and stops, and then goes back down the same way it came. The moon. It's a closed case. It's a slam dunk. The moon has nothing to do with the movement of water. It's purely logic and common sense again. This is how it works. Now, if you have been taught all of your life that it does move the water, tides, it would be difficult to think not now And I think, no, there must be some other reason why it stops, and this is what happens. The cognitive dissonance, it is not the moon that is moving the water. We also have the fact that it's supposedly orbiting around the equator. The least movement of water on Earth is around the equator. The highest tides on the planet, the Bay of Fundy, Ungava Bay in Quebec, the Cook Inlet in Alaska, the Bristol Channel in the UK, and Los Gallegos, southern Argentina. None of those are anywhere near where the moon is supposedly orbiting. Plus, a little issue with the other bodies of water, the lakes, and the Mediterranean Sea, the Caspian, not the Mediterranean, that is a little tide there. The Caspian, the Black, if it's not, these seas are not linked to the oceans, there is no movement of water. It's moving everything on the planet, all of the water, but not the massive lakes and the isolated massive seas. Look, if people believe that the moon has something to do with the movement of tides on Earth, after hearing those facts, information without emotion, objective facts that anybody can verify, these are facts. The water comes up, can stop for up to an hour, and then drop back down the way it came. That does not happen if this is happening. Okay? It doesn't. To think it does is purely a lack of common sense and an inability to detach oneself from the BS education, the lies that we have been taught. It's almost the same as believing that the sun is not behind the moon during a solar eclipse. It's just about the same. It's what you can see. And it is time now, with everything that we are seeing around us happening, it is time to start believing what we can see and using common sense to dissect things. It's time to start thinking for oneself. It's the only way right now, okay? If everybody can start thinking for themselves, it's going to be a lot more difficult for them. Anyway, so you know about the water, gravity. That means gravity, moon, there's no pull, not with the water. That means, is there 1/6 of Earth's gravitational pull on the moon? I don't think so. This does not prove that there's no gravity on the moon, but it is not moving any water. It's a big one. 4.6 seconds to radiate its light, the distance of its diameter. 108 diameters, 8 minutes and 20 seconds, when it's directly behind the moon during a solar eclipse. Folks, these absurdities keep mounting up. Tomorrow, we'll go and we'll carry on, perfect timing, to look at, using common sense and logic, could Earth be flat? Could Earth be flat? If you can't get past these, absolute light, no gravity, if you cannot get past these, don't bother coming tomorrow. If you don't have the common sense and the ability to trust your own judgment with stuff that you can see, facts, then this isn't the page for you. This isn't the page for you. All right, folks, keep trusting your own judgment. It's the only way forward. And if I don't turn up tomorrow, it's because I've gone to have a look at that boat with the hole in it. See, hopefully it's a good slow leak. All right, peeps, buenas noches.